What if everything you've ever believed about religion was wrong? What if the gods you've prayed to, the stories you've heard, the rituals you've followed, were not handed down from a divine force, but created by us, by humans, trying to make sense of a chaotic world? For thousands of years, we've been told that religion is the ultimate truth, the key to understanding the universe and our place in it. But what if that's just part of the story? What if the very foundation of religion is something far more human? In this video, we're going to peel back the layers of time and explore a shocking truth. Religion, as we know it, was invented not by gods, but by us. From ancient myths to modern beliefs, we'll uncover how humans have shaped gods, morals, and the very meaning of life itself. And as we dive deep, we'll ask, what if everything we've been told about religion is just a story we created to survive? Stay with me, because the truth you're about to hear will change everything you think you know. But be warned, once you hear it, there's no going back. Let's begin with a simple observation. Across the world, humans believe in thousands of different religions. Not just a few, but literally thousands. Each one claims to have the ultimate truth, with different gods, creation stories, rules, rituals, and afterlife beliefs. Some say there's one God, others say many. Some forbid idols, while others are filled with statues. Some promise eternal heaven and hell, others teach reincarnation. It's almost as if humans were experimenting with ideas, trying different stories and systems to make sense of the world around them. And that's exactly what's happened. When we look at religion closely, not through the lens of belief, but through history, psychology, and simple reasoning, a clear picture forms. Religion isn't something that was given to us from the sky. It's something that grew out of the ground from us, from our fears, our hopes, our ignorance, our need for order and meaning. What if everything you've ever believed about religion was wrong? What if the gods you've prayed to, the stories you've heard, the rituals you've followed, were not handed down from a divine force, but created by us, by humans, trying to make sense of a chaotic world? For thousands of years, we've been told that religion is the ultimate truth, the key to understanding the universe and our place in it. But what if that's just part of the story? What if the very foundation of religion is something far more human? In this video, we're going to peel back the layers of time and explore a shocking truth. Religion, as we know it, was invented not by gods, but by us. From ancient myths to modern beliefs, we'll uncover how humans have shaped gods, morals, and the very meaning of life itself. And as we dive deep, we'll ask, what if everything we've been told about religion is just a story we created to survive? Stay with me, because the truth you're about to hear will change everything you think you know. But be warned, once you hear it, there's no going back. Let's look back, way back before the Bible, before the Quran, before the temples of India and the monasteries of Tibet. In early humanity, before cities, before agriculture, our ancestors lived in small groups. Life was dangerous, unpredictable, and short. They didn't understand disease. They didn't know what caused thunderstorms or earthquakes. They didn't know what happened after death. So what did they do? They created explanations. They told stories. That's what humans do when we're confused. We imagine. And when faced with the unknown, our ancestors imagined powerful forces at work behind the scenes. This wasn't done out of ignorance, but out of a profound need for comfort. Humans have always been storytellers. We don't just accept the unknown, we create narratives around it. When thunder rumbled across the sky, early humans didn't just think of it as a weather phenomenon. They imagined it was the anger of a powerful spirit or god. And when life seemed fragile and uncertain, the promise of a divine being who controlled fate brought reassurance and a sense of control. This human tendency to create meaning from chaos can be observed across cultures. The belief in spirits, gods, and supernatural forces was an attempt to make sense of an often incomprehensible world. Early humans were inventing explanations based on their observations, their experiences, and their environment. A tree wasn't just a tree, it was inhabited by a spirit. A mountain wasn't just a rock, it was the home of a god. Even the animals they hunted and revered weren't just creatures of flesh and bone. They were connected to unseen powers. Thus began religion, not as a perfect, divinely revealed truth, but as human creativity taking shape in the form of myth and spirituality. It was an early method of coping with an unpredictable world, and it offered a way to bring order to chaos. In time, these myths became more structured, more complex, and eventually, more ingrained into the cultures that created them. As humans spread across the earth, isolated in different regions and cultures, each group began to develop its own religious stories and practices. The myths they created, while addressing similar human concerns, were uniquely shaped by geography, climate, and local culture. For example, in the harsh desert climates of the Middle East, gods were often depicted as fierce, vengeful, and controlling, reflecting the harsh conditions in which people lived. In lush, fertile environments, such as parts of South America or Asia, gods were often connected to nature, representing the life-giving forces of the earth, sun, and water. This diversity in religious beliefs points to one key observation. If religion were truly a single, divinely inspired truth, it would be consistent across cultures. But instead, what we see are countless variations, gods of different shapes, sizes, and forms, each created by humans in the image of their environment. Whether it's the Christian depiction of a powerful, fatherly god, the Hindu gods with blue skin and multiple arms, or African deities that are more abstract representations of nature's forces, these figures reflect the imagination of the people who created them, not the will of an all-powerful deity. Religion, like language, is a product of culture. The creation of gods, religious stories, and rituals were deeply influenced by the social, political, and environmental contexts in which they emerged. The human tendency to anthropomorphize, attributing human traits to gods and supernatural forces, is also key in understanding why gods across different religions often resemble the people who worship them. Many argue that religion is the source of morality, that it provides a fixed moral code that guides human behavior. However, a closer look reveals that morality existed long before religion and has evolved separately from religious doctrines. In fact, the moral codes in different religions vary significantly from one another. Some religions condone practices like polygamy, others forbid it. Some see animal sacrifice as sacred, while others deem it barbaric. Slavery was once widely accepted in many societies, even condoned by religious texts, while today, many religions explicitly oppose it. This variation in moral codes suggests that morality is not divinely prescribed, but is instead a product of human society and cultural evolution. Over time, as societies grew more complex and more just, so too did their moral systems. Practices like stoning adulterers, executing apostates, and discriminating against women or minorities have been rejected by modern moral standards. These outdated practices reflect the biases, values, and limitations of the societies that wrote the ancient scriptures, not the timeless truth of a perfect God. Morality has evolved as human societies have evolved. And the fact that we continue to refine our moral beliefs as we learn more about human rights, consent, democracy, and equality is evidence that morality is not tied to ancient religious texts. Instead, it is an ongoing human endeavor to create fairer, more just societies. The relationship between religion and power is another strong indicator that religion is a human invention. Throughout history, religious leaders and institutions have wielded enormous influence over political power. Kings ruled by divine right, and popes held authority over emperors. Religion has often been used as a tool to secure control, not only over the hearts and minds of individuals, but also over entire nations. One of the greatest powers religion provides is the ability to command obedience. When people believe that a law or ruler derives their authority from a divine source, they are much more likely to obey, even if the laws are unjust. This manipulation of belief for political power is not evidence of a divine truth, but of human strategy. Religion, with its promises of divine reward or punishment, has been used as a tool for control, maintaining social order, and preserving power structures. Moreover, religion itself has evolved alongside political power. Christianity, once a humble movement focused on humility and poverty, became a powerful institution after the Roman Empire adopted it as the state religion. Islam, which began as a persecuted movement in the Arabian Peninsula, went on to become the foundation of vast empires. Hinduism, with its deep roots in India, has absorbed countless influences over centuries. These adaptations show that religion is not fixed, nor does it come from a single divine source. It shifts and evolves according to the needs of society and power. Another compelling argument for the human invention of religion is the fact that religious beliefs are not innate. Children do not discover God or divine truths on their own. They inherit them from their environment. A child born in Saudi Arabia is likely to be Muslim. A child born in Italy is likely to be Catholic. In India, a child is likely to grow up Hindu, and in Thailand, Buddhist. This distribution of religious beliefs is not based on the inherent truth of any particular religion, but on the cultural context in which the child is born. Religion, like language, is a learned behavior. Just as children speak the language they are taught, they also adopt the religious beliefs of their family and community. If religion were a universal truth, it wouldn't depend on birthplace. But it does, which points to the conclusion that religion is a cultural product rather than a divine revelation. As we've seen, the evidence overwhelmingly suggests that religion is a human creation, born out of our need to understand and control our world. It's a testament to human creativity, imagination, and our deep-seated desire for meaning and purpose. But it's also a reminder of our capacity for self-deception and our willingness to believe comforting stories over hard truths. So what does this mean for us today? It means we have the power to shape our own beliefs, to create meaning and purpose without relying on ancient myths. It means we can embrace the wonder of the universe without attributing it to supernatural forces. And it means we can work together to build a more just and compassionate world, not because a God commands it, but because we choose to. The truth about religion might be unsettling, but it's also liberating. It puts the power back in our hands, the power to question, to reason, and to create our own purpose. And that, perhaps, is the most profound revelation of all. So where does that leave us? Are we on the brink of a new spiritual awakening, one that blends ancient religious traditions with modern scientific discoveries? Or are we headed toward a more secular world where religion fades into the background of human life, replaced by new forms of meaning? What happens when our understanding of the universe surpasses the limitations of ancient beliefs? The answers to these questions will define the next chapter of human history. But one thing is certain: we are living in an age of unprecedented change. And as we navigate this new world, we must ask ourselves, how will we find meaning in a universe that seems to be increasingly defined by reason and technology? Can religion continue to provide answers to life's deepest questions? Or is it time for humanity to craft new stories for a new era? So what do you think? What would the world look like if all religions suddenly disappeared tomorrow? And does religion ultimately unite or divide us? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay updated on more thought-provoking discussions like this one. We're just scratching the surface here, and the best is yet to come. Thanks for watching, and see you in our next video.